You know that moment when you look back on your life and there's this turning point, a moment that changed everything? Well, in the book Atomic Habits, James Clear doesn't believe in those moments. He believes that it's the other way around. It's not that one big thing that changes everything. It's everything that comes before that moment that truly makes the difference. And he calls these differences habits. Today we're diving deep into 5 game-changing ideas from Atomic Habits. Ideas that will shift the way you think about success, growth, and most importantly, change. So grab a notebook because you're not going to want to miss this. No one. Habits equals compound interest. The idea of compound interest is one of the most powerful concepts in finance. It's the snowball effect where your initial investment grows exponentially over time, even if the gain seems small at first. And how Clear applies this same principle to personal development. He says that the compound effect is most evident in the way we build habits. Like if you decide to read 1 page of a book every day, that's 365 pages in a year, which equals roughly 1 whole book every year. Or doing 10 push-ups every day for a year could lead to improved cardiovascular fitness and overall health. And then there's waking up early. By setting your alarm just 10 minutes earlier each day, after a month you'll wake up an hour earlier than you did before. Those 10 minutes compounded into a significant change. But here's the catch. Just like compound interest works best over long periods, the effects of small habits are only visible in the long run. It's tempting to quit a habit after failing to see immediate results. But if you can hold on and trust the process, your consistency will pay off. Claire encourages embracing the Platonic principle, which emphasizes the importance of small steps taken consistently rather than sporadic bursts of energy. Consistency is key. Number 2, don't think goals. Think identity. Goals are outcomes. They're the end result of a series of actions. Sure, they're important, but they're also limiting. Why? Because when you set a goal, you're essentially creating a gap between where you are and where you want to be. And our brains love to dwell on the negative. We obsess over what we lack or haven't achieved yet. So instead of focusing on goals, Clear suggests shifting our attention to identity. Ask yourself, what type of person achieves the goal you have set? For example, if you want to lose weight, instead of focusing on the number on the scale, think about the type of person who maintains a healthy weight. They eat well, exercise regularly, and makes healthier food choices. When you adopt this mindset, your actions align with your desired identity. Suddenly, you're not just dieting. You're becoming a healthier version of yourself. And here's the kicker. Research shows that when you identify yourself in terms of your current state, rather than your desired state, you're more likely to take action. So how can you apply this to your own goals? Think beyond the finish line and focus on the person you need to become to achieve your desired outcome. Become that person, and the goals will follow. No. 3. Understand the habit loop. Every habit follows a loop. Cue gives craving, gives response, gives reward. Breaking it down further, the cue is the trigger that initiates the habit. It could be a time of day, a location, or even a specific emotion. Next comes the craving, which is the motivation behind the habit. It's the desire for the reward that makes us take action. Then there's the response, the actual habit that we perform. And finally, the reward, the satisfaction or pleasure we get from completing the loop. And here's the real magic. Once you understand this cycle, you can start to manipulate it to your advantage. Let's say you want to break a bad habit like biting your nails. In this case, the cue might be stress. The craving might be to feel calm. The response is biting your nails. And the reward might be temporary stress relief. To break the cycle, you could find alternative ways to manage stress, like taking a walk or talking to a friend, thereby disrupting the cue or the craving. Or let's say you want to build a good habit, like drinking more water. Here the cue could be when you sit down to work. The craving could be to stay hydrated. The response is drinking water, and the reward is feeling refreshed. To strengthen this habit, you could make water more accessible, like keeping a bottle on your desk, thereby making the cue more obvious. So remember, every habit has a loop, and understanding this loop is the first step towards changing your habits. No. 4. Master the art of habit stacking. Have you ever tried to build a habit, but no matter what you do, it just doesn't stick? James Clear talks about a technique called habit stacking, which is like a turbocharged way to build new habits faster. Here's how it works. You take an existing habit that you already do every day, like brushing your teeth, and you add your desired habit to it. So now it becomes, after I brush my teeth, I will do 10 squats. After I make coffee, I will read 1 page of a book. Basically, you're piggybacking on an existing habit to make it easier to establish a new one. But why does this work? Well, it's all about reducing friction. You're essentially eliminating the mental energy required to start a new habit, because it's triggered automatically by an existing habit. The best part? Habit stacking doesn't require more motivation. Motivation fluctuates, but habits don't. It's about creating systems and routines that support your desired outcomes. So if you've been struggling to build a habit, try habit stacking. It could be the missing piece you've been looking for. Number 5, design your environment. Our environment has a profound impact on our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. And if you're trying to build positive habits, designing your environment to work in your favor can be a game changer. This means removing temptations and distractions that hinder your progress while incorporating cues that promote the habits you want to develop. Let's use the example of eating healthier. If you want to prioritize nutritious foods, stock your kitchen with fresh fruits and vegetables. Make them easily accessible and within sight. On the other hand, limit the presence of junk food. Keep it out of sight and out of mind. This way, when hunger strikes, you're more likely to grab a healthy snack without much effort. Another tactic is to associate your living spaces with specific habits. For instance, if you want to read more, keep a cozy corner with plenty of books and a comfortable chair. This design choice will subconsciously remind you to relax and read in that spot. Same goes for exercise. If you want to work out regularly, set up your home gym in a prominent area, maybe with a yoga mat or weights. Make it a visual reminder that encourages you to squeeze in a quick session whenever you have some free time. The key takeaway: you don't need superhuman willpower to build good habits. Your environment can be your biggest ally. By setting up your surroundings to support your goals, you'll find yourself naturally gravitating towards the habits that will help you grow. As we come to the end of this episode, remember, it's not the goals that truly define us, but the small, consistent habits that we do every day. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And your systems are built on your habits. So start small, be consistent, and become the person you were meant to be, one habit at a time. And thank you for being a part of the growth journey. If you found value in this episode, hit that like button and subscribe for more content.